Okay, so I'm using this mic after not using it for such a long time. I got this DJI mic set last year, but I had no idea how to set it up, and I kind of just gave up. So I'm hoping it's working. It looks like it's going green on my camera, so giving it a try. But yeah, I'm kind of making this video because I realized if there's anything I've learned from YouTube, it's that the more I try to give advice on what you should do, the more the videos do worse, right? And I kind of realized like I don't want to be another Hamza Ahmed clone. Like I actually want to be my own person and kind of talk from my own experiences. And this past 2026 year, I have been unemployed completely. I have not had a job since the end of 2025. And you might be asking me, well, Mehdi, how the hell do you live in New York? How the hell are you surviving? And alhamdulillah, I've been getting unemployment the last few months. And this made me think about my life because I'm a second year upcoming grad student. I had one semester where I was doing classes full time and I was working and I had an internship at a homeless shelter. And then obviously my second semester, I did not have a job. And it just made me think about life. And I hope that what you could take from this video is that you can see what it's like to be unemployed versus to be employed, right? So it's interesting because I find obviously when I'm unemployed, I have so much more time, right? Like I could wake up at 10 a.m., I could wake up at 9 a.m., I could wake up at 1 o'clock if I'd like. Obviously, don't want to do that, but I can wake up at any time I want. Yet, my friend told me the funniest thing ever. He said, Mehdi, you are the most productive unemployed person I've ever known. And that's because I want to be productive, right? Like, you can always get money back, but you can never get your time back, right? Like, the time I used to make this video is time I'm never gonna get back in my life ever, right? And I think unemployment has actually taught me the value of time because in my first semester at NYU, when I was working full time, I would go in my job from like 9 to 3, do my work responsibilities, and then I would have a good 3 hours between work and my classes, which I usually hit the gym and like do homework or like another task. And like on paper, I had a really productive schedule, right? Like 9 to 3 job, commute to school, work out at the gym, do homework, go to class, come home, and then have like 2 to 3 hours to doom scroll before calling it a night. Like that sounds really good on paper, but guys, I always had like this low grade anxiety. I always had this low grade dread about where I was going. Like even in those last 3 hours at night, I couldn't really relax. In all honesty, I would doom scroll, but my mind was always constantly worried on the next thing. And more likely you than not, you the viewer have a job. So you know what's also like when you're doom scrolling, but then deep down in the back of your mind, you're like, fuck, the next day I have work and I gotta meet that boss I don't want to talk to. And that was the cycle I was in because every once in a while I'd have a meeting with my boss. And I remember this one time we were supposed to meet for 30 minutes and it ended up being for 2 hours. And guys, I am a very patient person, but that meeting made me feel and see red. Like I was barely surviving by the skin of my teeth. And I literally left that meeting and just waiting to get out of there. I couldn't wait for the weekend and I was just so overwhelmed at that point, right? And I guess it goes to say that being employed definitely gives you a form of stability, right? Like you will have everything on paper, nobody's gonna question where you're going in life, but you could still be absolutely miserable and totally misaligned. And the worst part is you're gonna feel isolated. You're gonna feel like that person in Get Out or like that movie where everybody else is in the party, but you're below this glass and you're looking at everybody partying while you're screaming. Like that's how exactly how it feels because everybody's telling you you're doing the right thing, but deep down you're like, I hate how stressed I am. I hate how high my cortisol levels are, right? Like it just doesn't feel good. And I guess like being unemployed, it's such a significant contrast, right? Like I have no boss that's on me, so I have to become my own boss. I have to become the own CEO of my life. I have to make sure I am reading Quran. I have to make sure that I'm making this video. Nobody else is gonna make this video for me. I have to make sure I'm working out. And although it requires more responsibility, I appreciate that initiative because it's helped me be more proactive in other parts of my life. But at the same time, there have inevitably been days where like I'd wake up at like 1 p.m. and I couldn't get out of bed until like 2, 3, 4 hours later, right? Like that's just me being as honest as I can because it's not fair to you if I'm not honest about it. And I guess this time being unemployed, it's helped me emotionally heal from like wounds I thought I was over. I've had some high school stuff come up for me recently, and I was like, oh wow, I'm actually a lot more traumatized from being bullied at 16 than I thought I was. And it's giving me time to like discover myself, connect with like minded people. But of course, money is constrained, right? And it's just made me realize like, no matter which side of the coin you are, if you're employed, you're gonna be stressed for time. And if you're unemployed, you're gonna be stressed for money. So you kind of have to choose which is the lesser of two evils for you, because every situation you ever deal with in life is always going to give you an opposite that is a shortcoming or a weakness, right? And I think 8 months later, I'm in a path that's a lot more uncertain, but I feel a lot more alive. I feel a lot more healed. I feel I am using my time to become a better version of myself. But the test of unemployment is, are you going to use your time wisely? Because a lot of people don't, and that includes me. When I was in that housing shelter this past year, there was somebody who, used unemployment, ran out of time, and he was trying to go into the office to demand more time, but he wasn't in a training program. Like, New York State only extends your unemployment if you're in a training program or a grad school program, and there was no luck to him. And that goes to show, if you're not proactive with your time, you're gonna get screwed. But similarly to that job too, if you're not using that job as a stepping stone for a better position, you also get screwed, just in a much more invisible way, where people are telling you, hey, but you're working, you're employed, you got money coming in, you deserve that, right? So it's like they're both like kind of the same thing, honestly. Like, they're both two sides of the same coin. And I guess like what I learned from being unemployed is your time is so valuable. Like, you still have the same 24 hours. Time feels like it's going by so fast. Like, even when I check my clock on my watch, every hour it feels like a new hour, right? Like, in a minute, like, I'll blink and it's a new hour. And it goes to show me that if I am not the CEO managing my time, even when I'm back to being employed, I will still have the same issues in my time. I will feel like my day's going by fast. I'll be stuck in that routine that just prevents me from being aligned. And deep down in my soul, and I know if you're watching this video, you probably feel this way too. Deep down in my soul and your soul, you'll be like, why am I here? What am I doing with my life? Unemployment buys you more time, it gives you more space, but it's what you do with that time that matters. If you don't do anything with that time, and if you're just in bed like I was 3 weeks ago, watching YouTube, well, you're just escaping from your problems until they catch up with you, right? But it's the same thing at work too. If you are using your work and you could become complacent and stagnant, well, now you're doomed to a job you hate. So I think I'm appreciative of the opportunity to be unemployed. It's giving me a chance to really assess how powerful and meaningful our time is, and it's just, I think it's helping me become the person I want. And I think if there's a piece of advice I have for you, regardless of whether you're employed or unemployed, is that always look out at how your time is being used. Because believe me, it's those 10 minutes of doom scrolling you do for every 20 minutes of work. It's the time where you don't check what things you've done throughout the day. It's the time where you just spend on autopilot mode that really actually destroys the quality of your life, whether you have a job or you don't. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So if you took anything of value from this video, I'd love to hear your responses. Please don't like, please don't comment, please don't subscribe. I am not trying to fish for subscribers anymore. My goal is to just build an authentic channel where we can have a discussion, and it's just authentic, valuable, and connected. So thank you for watching the video. Let me know what you would want to watch next, and I'll see you guys next time. Thanks so much.